Everyone these days is pitching easy AI side hustles, but 90% of it is pure hype. And you need something which can fit into your busy life. Most people spend weeks bouncing between tutorials only to end up with nothing at the end. I'm Asen, a qualified accountant who works at Amazon, and I have already built AI tools which have been used by thousands at work. So I know how to separate real opportunities from time wasters. So in this video, I'll show you the 5 lazy side hustles I identified, the specific tools to use to set these up, and the 2 mistakes that kill most attempts and how to avoid them. The first method monetizes a high value skill you already have, but it's packaged in a way most freelancers are too intimidated to offer. Every business needs to make strategic decisions based on solid market research. But a traditional report from a firm can cost anywhere from $1,000 to over $50,000. For most businesses, that's a non-starter. Small and medium business owners also don't have 40 plus hours required to sift through dozens of conflicting browser tabs, articles, videos, and information. They will gladly pay a premium for a clear, concise report from someone who knows what they're doing. As a professional, you already know how to analyze information and identify what is important. You just need a tool to do the heavy lifting. When I started this YouTube channel, I used to spend up to 20 hours researching just for one video. Now AI has cut down my research time by at least 50%. The main driver for this side hustle is Perplexity. You go on Perplexity and select deep search and type a specific prompt like generate a detailed market analysis for the specialty coffee shop industry in London, focusing on key competitors, consumer trends, and pricing. After 4 minutes, Perplexity gives you a deep research report which includes 81 different source citations, executive summary, competitor analysis, and strategic recommendations. You can run the same research prompt through Google's Gemini, which is also a tool I find great for deep research work. And you can then cross-reference both of the reports. You can ask follow-up questions to further dive deep based on your client's requirements. You can ask follow-up questions and you've got a premium analysis which big firms charge over $5,000 each purely because they get someone in a suit to deliver these reports to the clients. So the goal is to position yourself as a speedy overnight research specialist. You use tools like Perplexity Pro and Gemini Deep Search, which cost about $20 a month each to do what used to take consultant weeks. You can charge anywhere from $150 up to $1,000 on Fiverr for a single well-formatted research brief. I actually recently made a video on how you can use Perplexity's dive deep features to start 2 side hustles, and I'll link it in the description and it will show up somewhere here if you're interested to know about this side hustle in detail. Now, offering research is a great start, but it is still a one-to-one service. The next method lets you create a product you can sell one to many, tapping into a huge underserved market. Think about your favorite local business in the area you live. Many of them are invisible online, not because they don't want a website, but because they think it's financially out of reach for them. And that's the opportunity for you. According to studies, a basic small business website can cost between $2,000 to $10,000. That's because you are paying for develops at hourly rates of $75 to $150 per hour for weeks of work. There is too much time spent to and fro on design requirements, and there is a lot of throwaway time and all that, but you still pay for all that time. Now, without a professional site, these local businesses look amateur, but they can't afford the high developer or agency fees. This is the gap where countless businesses are stuck. A new wave of AI tools has emerged that can build the entire foundation of a professional website from a simple text description. You're not necessarily selling a complex site, you're selling a beautiful professional landing page or a simple website for $500 to $1,000. The hack is to use powerful AI coding tools like Replit and Lovable. They can generate stunning websites and landing pages from a single, well-defined prompt. All you need to do is then buy a cheap domain for your client, host the site, and deliver a professional product in days, not months. You save a local business from getting fleeced on premium fees for a website and earn a great fee for yourself. Let's just take a quick look on how I built a website on Replit. I gave it a simple prompt to make a modern landing page website for a new coffee brand called Morning Ritual, featuring sections for our story, our beans, and a contact form. In just 5 minutes, Replit almost generated a fully functioning coffee shop website complete with color palette, which is relevant to the coffee brand, branding, and professional design. You'll need about 20% of additional work to ensure the website is secure and you can process payments, which you can outsource to a developer on Fiverr for $200 to $500. So in short, you write one prompt, they handle the technical polish, and you deliver a $2,000 website to your local business while keeping most of the profit. Now, building websites and landing pages is profitable, but it still requires a new client for every project. The next method is about building something once that generates recurring income for you every single night. Everyone in their career or work at some point has ideas for simple solutions that would solve a daily frustration, but the barrier to entry has always been very high. Historically, building an app meant either learning to code, which takes years, or hiring developers, which can cost tens of thousands of dollars for very basic applications. The most profitable online tools often do one thing perfectly. A company called TinyURL, which just shortens links, make over $400,000 a year from that one simple function. The massive barrier between someone who is a professional in their field and an expert but does not know how to code, so is a non-technical person, and building a functional app has been significantly squeezed because of AI. The solution is a new generation of AI-powered app builders where English is the new coding language. Using top no-code AI platforms like Lovable, Bolt, or Replit, you describe your app in plain English and have AI build the product. You solve one specific pain point, integrate a payment system like Stripe, and offer it as a subscription for $10 to $20 a month. With just 50 recurring users, that's an income of over $1,000 a month from a tool you built once. And to get your initial customers, you can offer very steep discounts and run some ads. But once you've got testimonials, the growth is organic. Now, a word of warning here is to be careful and is to focus on one tiny problem. The more complex you try to build, higher the risk of running into issues, because whilst these AI app builders are great, they cannot make very complex applications, at least as of today. It may happen in a year. Now, building an app creates a fantastic asset, but what if you could monetize the expertise you have already from your field of work without building any software at all? This next approach doesn't require finding a new market. It requires looking at the job you do every day and realizing you can package your knowledge and skills into a premium monthly contract. A staggering 87% of marketers say video provides a positive return on investment, but most teams lack the time and skill to create it consistently. To give you an example, let's say you're an accountant, which I am. You understand the exact problems which finance and accounting industry face. If you're in HR, you know the struggles of recruiting agencies. You have the exact industry knowledge that generic marketing teams lack. You don't need to be a video editor anymore, you just need to be the expert. AI can now handle the technical heavy lifting of production. The idea is to use your expertise to script short, insightful videos that solve a client's problem. To power this, you use AI. For scripts and ideas, you can use ChatGPT or Claude. For AI avatar videos, you can use Synthesia. For repurposing your long-form content, you can use Opus Clip. For graphics, you can use Canva's Magic Studio. For example, if you are in HR, you can be making videos on HR best practices. Once you've made those videos, you can offer them to HR companies. If you're an accountant, you can make videos about new accounting standards and offer them as professional trainings to businesses who don't have in-house training teams and would benefit from a well-written training video. To win clients, you build a professional portfolio showcasing your work on a platform like Behance or Dribbble, or you can even post them on YouTube. The goal here is that you are the strategist and AI is your production team. And you are using whatever you learn from your existing field and use AI to make content to solve a particular problems which businesses cannot do. Now, this is a great lazy hustle, but it still requires some time to find clients. The next method commands the highest prices because you are not selling a service. You're packaging your unique knowledge into an asset that sells itself 24/7. In this case, your target audience is individual customers, not businesses. People will pay a premium price for a guaranteed transformation in their work or life. That's why professional development courses regularly sell for $500 to $1,000 per person. Because people are not buying information, they are buying structured roadmap from an expert who's already in the field. The biggest hurdle for expert is packaging what they know into a digestible format, and it's a time-consuming and difficult process. But if you have expertise, you can record them once and use AI course builders like Teachable, Podia, or Kajabi to post your courses. Or you can use Udemy or Skillshare where there is an existing audience of people looking to learn new information. To make the course content, you can use Google's Notebook LM to turn all of your source materials such as videos, articles, audio notes into an interactive study guide, briefing notes for your students. I recently made a video about 2 ways Notebook LM can make you rich, and I covered these methods in detail in that video. I'll link it in the description and it will pop up somewhere here. You build your course once and then use automated systems to enroll students at $500 to $900 a pop. It's the ultimate lazy hustle because it's a one-time effort which continues to pay you for years. As long as you make evergreen content, which is a problem which will impact a large group of people and will remain relevant for a long period of time. Now, before you rush off, I have to give you a critical warning. There is a fork in the road here, and most people unknowingly take the path that leads right back to frustration. The difference comes down to avoiding two simple but fatal mistakes. First is chasing a generic market. Everyone tries to build an AI chatbot for businesses. This is a recipe for failure. The winners build an invoice generator for freelance photographers. They solve a very specific pain point for a very specific group of people. The second mistake is automating the human touch. AI should do the 80% of repetitive work. Your 20% of irreplaceable human expertise is what clients actually pay for. A pure AI generated product feels cheap and people can tell. Now, once you understand these traps, you can do what the top 1% do. They don't just master one of these methods, they create a system where each part fuels the next, stopping the trade of time for money and building a real automated business. The core principle is about skill stacking. When you learn to offer AI research as a service, you're also learning a skill to power your own social media content. That social media content becomes the basis for a digital product. The skills you master also make you more valuable at your day job, helping you get that next promotion. Each skill feeds the other. By stacking just a few of these, for example, create social media content, repurpose that, and post as a blog on your website built using AI. Make courses relating to the same content and sell these. While using AI to power all of this, you can easily cross $10,000 per month, working 1 hour per day for something which before AI would have needed an 80-hour work week. Now, creating all this content from social media posts to course materials takes time, especially when it comes to making professional grade material and visuals. You don't have a lot of free time, so you need something which can make it all for you. And there is an AI tool which does all of this 10x faster. And if you want to learn how to use this, you might like this video.